Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Peaky Blinders. This is season 1, episode 2, and I am incredibly hyped for this. I'm so glad that I'm able to watch it with all these guys and all of you, because this is one I was a little bit skeptical of the first time around, and I quit way early, like season 1 or episode 1. I was done, so see where it goes.
Look at you doubling your progress already in this one. So I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to dive back in to Mr. Shelby and see what he's up to.
Yeah, like Mason Quinn, I was one who started, bailed, and I'm really glad we dove back in, because that first episode, watched all the way through, was actually a banger. Some twists, some turns, some incredible acting. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, looking forward to it. By order of Peaky Blinders. I think that's the catchphrase, right?
By the order of sight, maybe.
Yep. Let's go!
Look at those tires.
Oh, that was an interesting start there. Oh, ha!
Yeah, not the same sort of width as we would see on something like, say, a Batmobile.
No.
I thought you said we were going to the fair.
I think those old things topped out at like 35 or 40, somewhere around there.
Tommy, how the hell are you?
All the better for getting the city smoke out of me lungs.
I thought you became a bit too grand for us.
The Carnies?
I'm riding with the Lee family now.
I heard. Myself would rather live among pigs.
Come on, Tommy. No disputing. So your first fare since France?
What do you know about France, you wash-eyed gypsy bastard? So this is the horse.
And that's the car.
Uh-oh, if he's making a trade, is he gonna end up with having to take a dog too?
Is that a white
dag?
Arabian?
You're not swapping the family car.
That'd be mad.
We're gonna play 2 up.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
A car for a horse? Wow.
Ah,
Both heads.
same.
Yeah.
I knew it. Some of you bloody idiots.
Shut up, Arthur, I won.
Right.
I promised Johnny I'd let him have a spin in the car if he lost.
All right.
Oh, boy.
You league boys are laughing at my brother.
Tommy!
I asked you
Come
a
on.
question.
Tommy, come on, it's just a crack. Get your family out of here, go and enjoy yourselves at the fair before they start a war. Well, that's your Roma.
Yeah, but his mom was a diddy quail.
Oh, no.
Oh, here comes the hat.
It's got the razor blades, right?
No way. We finally get to see it?
Oh!
Oh!
Ah, right across the eyes.
Oh.
All of their hats. Holy shit.
Oh, they're
Oh, was that
razor
on the eye?
blade. Yeah, they're all going for the eyes.
God, I don't think I've ever seen Cillian Murphy quite this aggressive. Those streets look relatively clean.
They look relatively new.
We will take them before last night's fear turns to pest and wakes the devils up. We will leave no stone unturned.
I just hear Seamus. That's all I hear.
Take your possessions.
Oh,
Buying her.
Let's
After
see.
buying her.
These guys are
After
gonna
buying her.
go through and just clean house with those clubs. It's gonna be nasty.
Like the cinematography on this.
Oh,
Very
boy.
aesthetic, the way they shot this.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're about to get
Oh,
busted.
Freddy's gonna be in trouble here.
Mr. Dawn,
What is it?
the police are rounding up the communists.
Oh.
The prescription for iron tablets for Ada Shelby.
Oh.
Holy Jesus, it's the Shelby girl.
Hey, you've not seen her with me, okay, Mrs. Donovan? Just give her a cup of tea and let her stay until the police are gone.
She's the sister of those Peaky Blinder devils.
And yet, she's an angel.
What are you gonna do, Freddie?
Hey, I'm gonna have to leave town for a bit.
Gentleman would take off his
hat,
put out his pipe.
Oh, Jesus.
You've heard of me. I've heard of you.
Is it the Holy Grail you're looking for?
As a matter of fact,
It is the Holy Grail I'm looking for. Something precious, something stolen.
Oh.
Easy. Oh.
Whoa.
Misunderstood your intention when you pushed me against the wall.
Nice. Got him running.
Yeah.
Someone in our comments told me she passed away.
Oh.
I don't know when, but may she rest easy.
Arthur Shelby said you people would help us.
We don't know what you've lost. How can we help you find it?
But I have found out subsequently that I was speaking to the wrong man. Next time, I want to talk to the boss.
Turning a church upside down.
Friday, 10 o'clock. And when I say the boss, I mean Thomas.
Thanks for the clarification.
Ooh, we're gonna come back to see the whole neighborhood tossed.
Yep.
The cops told everyone Arthur had agreed to it when he was arrested. They said the Peaky Blinders had cleared out to the fair to let them do it.
All right. Which pubs do they do?
All the ones that pay you to protect them. Smart as copper.
Pay some veterans to fix the places up.
So we both know what they were looking for. He's not going to let it rest till he gets those guns back.
Did he talk to you, Paul?
In the church,
Did he try to find our Ada?
she was sleeping.
Wow.
He knows you're the boss. He wants to meet you. Will you talk to him?
You don't parley when you're on the back foot. We'll strike a blow back first.
Oh.
Is it me or is he just... Maybe that was the first one, but I feel like a lot kind of goes around for the analogies of
Racing.
betting.
Yeah.
And everything.
Of racing. Bets. Racing.
Turn ball for your picture of the king.
What?
Bring it to Watery Line.
Oh, that's what they're doing.
Wow.
Burning the pictures of the king.
I'm the reporter with the Birmingham Evening Dispatch. I had a phone call. Someone called Thomas Shelby. You're Mr. Shelby. All the way back, please.
I am. There are some things I want you to write down. You see, we don't want our beloved king looking down and seeing the things that have been done to us. So we are taking down his pictures.
But why are you burning them?
We went through hell, our king. Walked through the flames of war. Write all this down.
You like writing things down. Write this down.
These new coppers over from Belfast, breaking into our homes and interfering with our women. We don't think our king would want to see that happening. So we are lighting fires to raise the alarm. I want you to write in your paper what's going on here.
There's a telephone call for you, sir, on the London line.
It's almost midnight.
It's Mr. Winston Church.
Inspector Campbell, I hear there's been a bonfire in your city.
There was a small fire reported around 9 o'clock, Watery Lane.
Certainly nothing to trouble you about, sir.
Ah, but I'm afraid it has troubled me. Received a wire communication from the editor of the Birmingham Evening
Boom.
Seems one of his reporters was invited to the fire and discovered that they were burning pictures of the king. Any newspaper report which may cause embarrassment to His Majesty is always referred first and as a matter of routine to the Home Office.
I will go down there immediately and arrest those involved.
No, you most certainly will not make arrests. If there are arrests, there will be trials. There will be more newspaper reports, which will necessarily mention the burning of the king's likeness. I put you in Birmingham for one very specific reason. Are you any nearer to finding those stolen guns?
We are making steady progress.
We need results. Good night, Mr. Campbell.
Sir.
I said good night, sir!
Name any of those involved.
It names Mr. Thomas Shelby. The report mentions he's a war hero.
Click. Click. We're making progress. I got to remember that line. Next time I haven't done jack shit and I got to say I've done something.
Just making progress.
We're making progress.
Why are you reading the paper?
Why wouldn't I be?
Well, I've never seen you read the paper. I've never seen you light fires with them.
Stand up.
Uh-oh.
Why?
Just stand up.
Uh-oh, is she...
She knows.
Side on.
Sees her scarfing down.
Hi, what are you doing?
Ada, how late are you?
1 week. 5 weeks.
Whoa, that's...
Things are going to get interesting.
I got some tablets.
7
They
if
didn't
you
work.
count.
Oh no.
No.
This is going to get real interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how Thomas is going to take that.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You can get dressed now, love. So am I or not?
Oh, is she just doing an exam?
Keep bloody walking, Ada. If anybody sees us here, they'll know.
That was the tool.
Yep.
All right, you want to do this on the street? Let's do it. Whose is it?
If I tell you, you'll tell them and they'll cut him to pieces.
Not if he marries you, they won't.
Ooh, even more.
Will he marry you?
Well, I haven't
I don't
asked.
know. I don't know where he is.
Jesus Christ, Ada.
Look, he's gone away, but he said he'd come back.
Yeah, but they all say they'll come back.
He's not like that. He's a good man. He promised. He will come back, Aunt Paul. I know he will.
Wow. What a twist this what episode 2?
Give me down the Spanish saddle, Joe.
Well, Dave, you wanted them to suck you in.
Fine beast you got there, Thomas.
They did a really good job of making everything else dark and the horse just popping.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
it has his name
carved
on it.
Next one's coming faster.
The guns and now this. The guns are not spoken of. Tommy, you mind how you speak to me? Forgive me, Uncle.
Don't tell me something happens and then you gotta do something to the horse.
And France used to say it's just a music hall band turning up. It's just nice. It's just nice. Hey, it's just nice.
Hey, no.
Some pain there, boy, eh?
Ooh.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Shelby.
Oh,
Sure
the
you
undercover agent.
Yeah.
You have something to say to me?
The other night she came into the pub when I was singing. She said singing wasn't allowed. I'd like there to be one night a week when they're singing. Harry was too afraid to ask you, so
But you're not.
I am.
I like the way they're shooting this.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like one of those rich girls who comes over from Dublin for the races. Do you like horses? How'd you fancy earning some extra money?
During what?
Do you get out a nice dress? Want to take you to the races?
Well, I bet you.
It's a date.
I shouldn't say bet you. I assume she's going to get feelings. My prediction, she's going to get feelings for Thomas. And
I think
not
that's
really
what they're kind of leading us into. Yeah, that's something that's going to develop here.
Look at all these coins, huh?
Just kid's got to be 14. Just
He's
rifling
just
back
got
the heaters.
They're all here for Monaghan, boy.
That's what I'd like to hear, Johnny boy.
And Aunt Paul wants to see you.
What's Auntie
She gonna
gonna
say
have to
Got
say?
some news for you about Ada.
Oh, she is going to. Oh, they're going to do it where we can't hear it.
Yep. There's gonna be a wedding.
Oh, that wasn't long at all. Oh, she knew.
The self-control to only eat one piece at a time.
She's just making sure. Yeah, I know that's always a handful, and then you lose like 30% of it go on the floor.
Tell me the man's name, Ada.
Rudolph Valentino.
The
Guess
actor?
that's the guy on the screen.
Oh, but some poor guy named Rudolph's gonna have a rude
He's
awakening.
about to get got.
Well, unfortunately, I don't know who those actors are.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, he.
Oh, okay.
He went and
Turned off the.
He turned. That's it. We're done. It's over.
I said, tell me his fucking name.
Freddie Ingthorne.
Oh.
Your best mate since school, the man who saved your life in France. Go on, cut him up and chuck him in the cut. Oi, I'm a Shelby too, you know. Put my f***ing film back on.
They had to look and make sure Tommy left the building first. Like, all right, we can do it.
So Monaghan boy finally lost.
Yeah, there's all the money.
Time unlucky.
Yeah, but you'll pay it back to people around here. Buy your popularity back.
Already done.
Taught you well. And you fix this race without the permission of Billy Kimber.
Oh.
Billy Kimber is there for the taking.
Says who? Says Tommy in his Parliament of One. I'll deal with it. You're too busy taking over the world.
Polly, it's about Ada. I need to know.
Ada wants you to give Freddie this letter. She wants Freddie to know she's having his baby. He deserves an opportunity to do the right thing. I say we give them a chance.
It's fair.
What do you think Freddie sees in our Ada?
It's Freddie's business.
No, I'll tell you what he sees. He sees machine guns and rifles and ammunition and some glorious revolution.
What is it you really don't like about Freddie?
Should have no life for the man on the run. If you can't see that, you can't see much.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Tell Ada Freddie went to America. Polly, it'd do no good for Ada to bring a baby into the world alone. The truth is, you would have hit me with that thing if it weren't for the fact that you know I'm right.
So how'd the letter go?
Couldn't get back to sleep. I was 16, and I didn't dare tell anyone. Polly, Freddie will come back. In the end, I did it myself. I did it to myself. And I almost died.
Wow.
He didn't come back. They don't. Why should they? You know the words. You're a whore. But there's no word for the man who doesn't come back. One day, on your wedding day, you'll have a good man on your arm. And you'll say, Polly, thank you for common sense.
I'm really digging Aunt Polly here.
Straight shooter. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We'll take the train tomorrow. Go to the castle afterwards for a treat.
Yeah, you're just not getting any bullshit when you go talk to her.
I'm really interested in what Tommy is going to do, if he's going to meet up with Freddie or anything, like what their next interaction is going to be.
Well, they're meeting for tea. Look at that.
Oh.
Showed up.
I'm sorry, that stuff looks delicious.
It does.
My men found this in the bedroom of a known communist. It has your sister's name on it. Are you also in bed with the communists?
I do not share their fantasy. And as for my sister, I've already dealt with the situation.
Freddie Thorne is at the very top of my list.
I'll cross him off. You and your specials will leave my businesses alone from now on. No more raids into our territory. No more smashing up pubs. No more lifting my runners. You will turn a blind eye to all of my gambling operations. Also, I intend to do business with Billy Kimber. I want you to put in a word with the Chief Inspector of Gloucestershire that his men should leave me alone when I make my move.
Forgive me, I don't seem to have a pen to write down this rather long list of demands. And what do I get in return?
I have what you're looking for.
Oh, she's perked up a little bit there.
There it is.
Whoa.
What guns?
We're not here to play games.
Wait.
Always get up and leave. And they call you back.
25 loose machine guns, 50 carbines, all in a crate bound for Libya, stolen from the BSA factory proofing bay. I'm guessing they sent you to Birmingham to get those guns back. To me, that has them.
It's so cool the way they're setting these shots up.
But if I am taken into police custody for whatever reason, those guns will be shipped to Liverpool. From there, they will be sent directly to Belfast and sold to the Irish Republican Army. All your good work in Ireland would be undone. If I sell them to the IRA, it won't be long before Mr. Churchill finds out. I imagine you got into enough trouble over the burning of the King's photographs. When I've achieved what I've set out to achieve, I will let you know where to find the guns. I'm a fair man. It's a fair offer. Do we have a deal?
Like I can't get a full read on him because you can't see his mouth.
Well, no, the eyes are telling the story.
Yep.
That's what's great.
He's never been put in that situation before.
And he hates it.
Yep.
Very well.
Very well.
But I'd prefer if we don't shake hands on it.
Oh, why would I shake the hand of a man who didn't even fight for his country?
Oh, I knew that was going to come into play eventually.
You know that's eating him alive.
It's like I said, he came in thinking he was the big wheel, and Thomas put him in his place.
Sucks, don't it? When you don't know shit.
He runs the town. He runs it. All because he made a mistake in what he was trying to steal.
The guys were drunk.
Thomas Shelby is now the beginning, the middle, and the end of your mission.
Folks told us what that is. It's not hash.
Oh.
What?
Folks in the comments told us what that is. It's not hash.
No?
Oh.
I'll look it up when we're done.
So what shall I do?
No matter how repugnant it may be, you must do everything you can to get close to him. Find out where those guns are heading. Of course, when I say everything, I don't mean
all the
underestimate me in every way.
Oh, she's all in.
I'm late for my shift.
We're seeing a little foreshadow with the play in the background there.
So I'm wondering.
Grace is going to take him out.
my heart is with you.
Only if she falls in love with Mr. Shelby.
Love. Hey, we saw
Oh.
conquers all.
I'm calling it right now. Grace is going to take him out. I'm probably horribly wrong. I'm basing it on this play right now. Why else would they show it there?
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, some more of his...
Yep, back to his nightmares. Oh, wow.
That's why they showed the play.
You better come quick, come.
Oh, boy. Jinx.
Something go wrong?
The horse?
Who did that?
Tell me, Kelly, what's wrong with yours?
You brought up the fair and bad feeling. The leaves put a bad seed in the hoof and got an old woman to put a spell.
I think it's holding its leg up because it's in.
Well,
it's keeping the weight.
They've got it tied up, it looked like.
Get out, Curly.
I'm sorry. No.
Oh.
Go home. I am the captain of my
Gypsies
Are
set
any
him up.
horses safe on any TV show?
It does not seem like it.
No, I even said right away when he was... Hopefully nothing happens to the horse, and I was wrong.
Just give me a drink.
And now he's going to be vulnerable, and this is where Grace can slide right in there.
At least build a couple stepping stones.
How's your beautiful horse?
Oh, come
Wow,
on.
what an opener.
Wait, how does... I know she saw him on it earlier, but...
Yeah, when he was walking at the horse through
I just
town.
put a bullet in his head.
Was he lame?
He looked at me the wrong way. It's not a good idea to look at Tommy Shelby the wrong way.
Interesting message you're trying to send here.
I don't get her dressed like you asked. Cheltenham's Grand Affair, is it not?
The king will be there.
King George.
Nope. King Billy Kimber and all his men.
What must I do?
For £2, you'll do what I ask you to do.
I want 3. I won't be wearing a cheap dress. And I ask you to let me sing.
Oh.
Saturday nights, open and easy. Everyone gets to sing their song just like we did in Dublin.
You never worked in Dublin. I asked around about that pub he said you used to work in.
Oh,
oh boy.
Oh.
No one has heard of you. My guess is you're a girl from a good family who got herself pregnant.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So I'm right, and Polly is wrong.
Right about what?
No.
Doesn't matter.
Looks like it matters to you.
Family business.
You won't tell anyone my secret.
Do you think I tell people things? So what do you sing?
Anything you want.
Right, get up on a chair.
I mean, he did just take 2 big glasses of whiskey or whatever he's drinking.
Happy or sad?
Sad.
But I warn you, I'll break your heart.
Already broken.
In a neat little town they call Belfast, I thought her the queen of the land with a black velvet band.
Did he fall asleep?
I think so.
Oh.
At least that's what I got out of it.
There's small carriages over there that are going to be empty.
Oh.
You came back?
I got a tip off.
Freddie, Tommy will kill you.
It's Tommy who tipped me off. Maybe he's got half a heart after all.
Tommy
Tommy got a message to me. Said get out of town. Take her with you. So, Ada Shelby,
Oh, here we go.
will you marry me?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that all worked out so far.
And credits happily ever
You
after
think
for
this
these
is- so
two.
this is it? That's why I said so far.
I'm assuming Tommy didn't send anything.
Come on, both of you. Freddie, come on. Freddie.
We're not going anywhere, Ada.
See?
We're
Until.
going to stay here. We're going to marry here. I'm not afraid of Tommy Shelby.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
Chief Inspector is not going to like
We're
that.
going well.
Wow, somebody spoke a little early, huh?
Well, so that's
well.
I still don't know if that's really Tommy that told him.
The
But
first
it makes
3
sense
seconds.
if it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to say take her with her, get out of town and take her with you, I think that would have
that's
been
why-
fine. But
yeah.
And what did make you change your mind, though, Tommy?
It's that time, Tommy.
Time for what?
Tommy took yourself a woman.
He's played a bloody hand.
Remember what Dad used to say? Fast women and slow horses
Will ruin your life.
No.
Come, Josephine.
Is this going to end terrible?
This we'll find
The
out.
Lee boys.
Holy shit.
No.
It's Billy Kimber.
okay,
It is
Billy
Billy
Kimber.
I was gonna say that's not the Lee boys. The Lee boys are the.
Is there any man here named Shelby?
Oh boy, this.
I said, is there any man here named Shelby?
Gotta give these men a drink. Everyone else go home.
And they really teed that one up like there was going to be a massacre.
Yeah, they did.
I've never approved of women in pubs, but when they look like that...
You said you wanted men called Shelby. You've got 3 of them.
Well, I never heard of you. And then I did hear of you, some little diddy coy razor gang. I thought to myself, so what? By the way, which one am I talking to? Who's the boss?
Well, I'm the oldest.
Clearly.
Are you laughing at my brother?
Oh shit.
I'm told the boss is called Tommy, and I'm guessing that's you, because you're looking me up and down like I'm a f***ing tart.
There were suspicious betting patterns at Kempton Park, a horse called Monaghan Boy.
Which one am I talking to? Which one of you is the boss?
I'm Mr. Kimber's advisor and accountant.
And I'm the boss, so... You fixed the race without my permission. I am Billy Kimber. I run the races, and you fixed one of them, so I'm going to have you shot against the post.
Look at it. That is my name in it. It's from the Lee family. You were also at war with the Lees, Mr. Kimber, am I right? The Lees are attacking your bookies and taking your money. Your men can't control them.
Perhaps we should listen to what Mr. Shelby...
We have connections. We know how they operate. You have muscle. Together we could beat them. Divided, maybe not.
Perhaps we should take some time for reflection.
Kimber.
It would be an honor to work with you, Mr. Kimber.
Oh, just laying it on thick.
Yep.
Nobody works with me. People work for me. Pick it up, Pikey.
Ooh.
Yeah. That, boy.
It's for your ceiling.
Thank you, Mr. Kimber. As will I.
I like how one of the men on the right is like one of the oldest guys I've ever seen in a show. That's his muscle.
So you picked a fight with the Lees on purpose? We can't mess with Billy Kimber.
Get yourself a decent haircut, man. We're going to the races.
Kimba.
That's Salamander.
Kimba.
Gosh, was that a good one?
That was
wow, a lot of.
I mean,
they throw a lot. I mean, I know, and it's still an hour and everything, but they throw a lot at you for that hour.
I mean, think about where we started. We went to the Gypsies. We got the horse. We had the razor blade fight. We had the thing with Ada. We had Tommy and Aunt Polly arguing back and forth. Now Freddy's back.
Oh yeah, he ain't leaving.
Thomas made a deal with Billy Kimber himself, who's apparently a big deal. And this is only episode 2. I mean, geez, this stuff normally takes like an entire season to happen.
Well, remember, though, we get the benefit of starting this so late that we have all the seasons out.
Oh, yeah.
Netflix, probably did their
all
here's
36
your 6 episodes. Well, here's your 6, and then you got to wait for another year.
Yeah,
so
and
they got to keep it tight.
Yeah, this episode was really incredible. And again, I really feel like to start off, I've got to put over everybody who did the set design, the way the camera shots were, the cinematography. Thank you, Answer. The colors that they used, like when they brought in the horse with Tommy to meet his uncle. Everything else was dark and gray and very dark, and then this beautiful white horse comes in. I mean, such a contrast of colors that they had there. And the thing that's interesting for me is that the 4 of us are still trying to figure out Thomas Shelby. I mean, obviously the guy runs the town, right? But we're still trying to figure out him as a character. Is he always on, if you know what I mean? Is he always sort of in character? And it seems like he is. I wasn't sure how it was going to go after he did what he had to do to the horse and then went in to see Grace. I was wondering, is he going to let his guard down? Because it didn't seem like he's the type of guy who would, and he really didn't. So because he laid it on, he said, I didn't like the way the horse looked at me. That's why I took care of it.
Well, because she's
he's always on, and obviously an incredibly intimidating guy for the whole area, and just I like the planning. I don't know if it's planning ahead, but it's really working out, everything that he's doing. And we as the audience don't know everything that Thomas is doing, which I like. We're kind of in the dark just as much as the rest of his crew / family and the other people in town. So I really like that we're being taken along for the ride, because we're kind of getting the aha moments where, Thomas is basically able to put Campbell in his place and say, I got a feeling I know why Winston Churchill himself sent you here, and it's not going to look good if you keep screwing up. And it didn't help that Campbell got that call from Churchill essentially just before the meeting saying, what kind of progress are we making? And he's really made none, but he's having to kind of BS his way through it. He's roughing up a few people to make a scene, but he's not really getting anywhere with what his ultimate goal was. So again, a phenomenal episode. One thing that kind of jumped out at me, and I don't know if you guys caught it, but so Cillian Murphy was doing the scene with the horse, where he was talking to it, calming it down after it got spooked in the street. And, or I believe that was the scene. But either way, he was right there kind of nose to nose with the horse, and it's moving its head around and it's doing whatever. I'm thinking to myself, that's kind of a risk with your lead to be that close to a horse that you're obviously they're trained, right? But it's kind of bucking its head around. It wouldn't take much to catch a shot in the nose and, oh, sorry guys, filming has to be shut down for 4 weeks because Cillian's got a busted nose from the horse. I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but the fact that they actually had him in there and doing it and doing the scene that close, I mean, I thought that was pretty impressive, and it just jumped out at me because here you have everything depending on Cillian Murphy. But this was great. I think Grace is going to eventually catch some feelings for Thomas if she hasn't already. She seems like she's disrespected from Campbell a little bit. He's not aware of just how dedicated to her job she is and what she's willing to do. But now it's just a matter of, is she going to keep playing for the same side, or is there going to be a twist? And again, I can't believe this is only episode 2.
Yeah, I want to say with Grace, because she said to him, you underestimate me. But Yes, I think. I mean, we kind of see that eventually that might happen, but also, like when we were wondering if he was gonna let his guard down, I'm still thinking if he still like knows like what she is really doing, because he like knew Campbell's plan, you know, from start to finish right away. That's why he even wanted to have the meeting with him. I mean, he burned all the king's portraits to really send a message, and that's how they got to talking. And like when he was talking to Grace, he's like, I asked around, you know, nobody knows about you in the pub and all this other stuff. So then I'm wondering what she thought about her, because he was like, I was right with Polly, because it seems like those two, they're gonna have the big clash this whole time, because they both have their own ways of running business, the family business. And I mean, she ran it for the 5 years while he was gone in France, and so that's what I really like, that them two bucking heads the whole time.
Next level.
Yeah, it seems like it, and she even said it in the one thing. She's like, you want to try and take over the world, whereas, you know, Paul understands that no, we just need to run this town, and we're gonna do just fine. I mean, we'll be totally fine. Well, I mean, look at the fixed rates. They had plenty of money there. Yeah. I mean, granted, Kimber was not too happy about it, but we saw again that it was all part of Tommy's plan. So this is really interesting chess match going on throughout this whole show. And then remember, the big thing with Chester was talking about Freddie being a communist, and he's like, don't worry, already taken care of. So maybe he did actually send the letter to get out of town with Ada. But then sure enough, you know, Freddie's like, no, I'm not scared of him. So I'm wondering how he's going to deal with Freddie. Is he going to let him in on everything, or know that there's something more brewing and just get out of here for the benefit of everyone? Or is he going to take him out, and then you have Ada being mad the whole time? So I'm really interested in that storyline as well moving forward. And this has just been so good so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this show, I mean, wow, just the development of the characters, I think, has been really incredible. I'm particularly really impressed with the cinematography, with the way that they're shooting each scene, what's in focus, what's out of focus, what the kind of what's front and center in each of the shots, the aesthetics.
Yeah, we saw that with Campbell.
The aesthetics, yeah, that we talked about earlier on in the scene, or in the episode rather. I mean, just everything is really just unique, and I like the way they're integrating modern rock music with obviously, you know, a period piece that's, you know, 100 years old plus. So I think that's very, very unique. Oftentimes when shows integrate music in, they try to find things that fit the time, or you know, kind of go along with the whole vibe of what we're seeing on screen. But this feels a little bit different, and I think it works, and it's very unique. Look, we've watched a lot of shows with plotting and scheming and stuff, and we're getting a lot of that here. I'm a little worried. It feels like Thomas is doing a lot of playing chess and not really telling anybody else in the family what his moves are. Very interesting, of course, with Ada and Freddie, what they have going on there. You know, if he tells Freddie and Ada they need to bail, Freddie comes back, or at least that's what Freddie says, right?
Thinks he's gonna do.
I'm not afraid.
The scene near the end with Billy Kimber was very interesting. They've you know, established very early in 2 episodes that they don't put up with any BS from anybody. You know, Billy flipped the coin on the ground, threw out some not so nice terms at him, and he just kind of picked it up and said he'd be honored to work with him. So again, playing chess.
Oh, he's greasing his ego.
Not checkers. Yeah, grease his ego a little bit. The thing I did want to mention in last episode, I was like, man, where do I know Arthur Shelby from? So Paul Anderson was at an event I was at in Birmingham in March of this year. He was brought on by a clothing company, Young LA, the title sponsor for the Arnold Sports Festival UK. So he was in some of their commercials, and he was there, and that voice where he's like, lads, you know, and I was like, oh man, where do I know him from? So now I feel even worse, because you know, doing some of the media work that I still do for the Arnold, I would have had an opportunity to go over to the Young LA booth and and get a photo with Paul Anderson. But I missed.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk to him like, oh, you're in TV, huh? Well, that must be nice.
I didn't watch your show. I couldn't understand it.
But,
I said pass.
Any regard. Maybe he'll be back next.
It's always nice meeting fans.
Yeah, I really love the development of all the characters. Sam Neill, I mean, really, when I see Sam Neill, I just think Jurassic Park, but he's just nailing this role. Aunt Polly, that line. Oh, I mistook your meanings and you pushed me up against the wall.
That was great.
I fought for that. To comment on Mason Quinn's discussion about Cillian Murphy in The Horse, he just seems like the type of actor where he's just, when he gets in a role, he is all in, and you probably can't. There's probably people be like, hey, maybe. He's like, nope, this is the shot. We're gonna get it. I mean, he's such a talented actor, and he's absolutely crushing this role as Thomas Shelby. And look, it's a, I don't know how far back we have to go when there wasn't really a lot of crossover between movie stars and TV stars. That was, I think, before Netflix really started pushing out their own series, and Prime pushing out their own series. A lot of times it was TV people, movies, and a little bit of a crossover. But to see him in a series like this, and to, because when they're making movies, we get 1, 2 a year maybe from a big actor. But right. But to be able to see him continuously
for many seasons,
many seasons, just absolutely crushing it and delivering. I'm totally hooked on this show. 2 episodes in, and I was like, all right, y'all were right. I'm all in.
Yeah, episode 2 really got its hooks in me. I almost feel like that could have probably been, maybe for just my taste, could have been the pilot. But either way, we're here, still good. With Aunt Polly, I don't know if it made the cut or not, but Aunt Polly, I'm actually digging her character here a little bit. And the reason why is because there's no bullshit so far. She's been, pretty straight-laced with everything. Now, obviously, there's some little things that, when it comes to Tommy, she's not going to lie, but she's not going to be, this right away. So that's kind of cool to see, too. The Ada situation with Freddie is really interesting. I don't like how Freddie... I'm assuming that it's 100% true that Tommy did reach out to Freddie and said, take her and get away from here.
They were best friends.
But we saw that bit of tension in the first one. I'm assuming that we're going to get more. I'm assuming we're going to get more of that development of the why there's a lot of tension there. And maybe there was some, something between there. I mean, obviously it has something to do, I think, with the war a little bit, right?
Yep,
because
they're in
saved
France.
his life and they're longtime friends. I'm just looking for the very pinpoint moment of what caused Tommy they're all afraid that Tommy was going to take him out.
Yep.
So there's obviously something big. Can't wait to see that. But I don't feel confident for what Freddie did of kind of going against Tommy's word. We've kind of seen in here, probably not a good idea to do that so far. 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. With Kimba. I wasn't intimidated by him. Now, granted, I know this setting, I think it's going to be really hard to get intimidated, but the Shelbys right now,
it's because
the way they opened up episode 2 here, Jesus, they got the hats, slicing and dicing.
Doing work.
Kimba, I'll keep saying it like Paul and like Arthur there.
Get to the chopper.
But he didn't grip me as like a, oh shit, we need to be scared of him, because it felt like the Shelbys could have just jumped the table before they would have pulled the triggers on anything and beat the shit out of him. But
it seems like he's the big mouth and the accountant's the one who's like, hey, let's
really
think about this. I'm the brains.
The accountant is secretly the boss.
Right. I'm sure we've seen it before too, right? Where, Kimba is the head honcho, the man,
he's the
but
face.
He has such a temper that he needs that guy to be like, hey, I am giving you the analytics. I'm, the level head right here that's telling you what is right, what is wrong, and here's my calculation. Please do this.
That's why I thought it was smart they had Tommy go right away. Well, who's the boss I'm talking to?
Exactly.
Threw it right back.
Yeah, that show off I thought was a pretty good dynamic. and I don't know if it will make a cut or not, but I did say in here they set that up to be like what was going to be like a massacre. I thought it was going to be really bending the Shelbys down a peg because the way that Kimba was coming in and whatever that was going to play out. I'm glad we saw this because then we had the actual dialogue between the two, and watching Tommy just play him like a fiddle was fantastic. With what's her name again? Grace. I still think, and I'm basing it on the play, could be really wrong. I think Grace is going to take out Campbell. I don't know how or the why yet. I think it's going to come down to a point where clearly Chester is wanting to still nail the Shelbys because that's why he's still planning to get the guns.
Mm-hmm.
I think when Grace fully falls for Tommy, she's going to have to make a quick decision. And I think the decision is going to be taking out Campbell. I could be really wrong.
Yeah.
Again, I was basing that on why were they showing that in the play, like foreshadow.
Yeah. Well, then they did show when the woman in the play stabbed them, that they went to Tommy's flashbacks of being in the tunnel in France where there was a lot of stabbing going on. But one thing I want to ask you guys, Tommy's been, everything that's happened with them has been because of luck. They got the guns because the guys were drunk and they stole the wrong crate.
Dumb luck.
With dumb luck, right. They were able to make the deal with Billy Kimber because, and again, if I'm wrong here, folks, let me know, but they were able to make the deal with Billy Kimber because when they went to see Lee, his men got out of line and they had that fight. And I don't know if they screwed with the horse, like they were saying, where they, put the seed in it and did a curse or whatever. Maybe they just gave it some kind of infection that was slow developing. Or was it strictly because of the fight that the Peaky Blinders are at war with Lee and his men? Because if that doesn't happen, they can't make the deal with Billy Kimber to be like, hey, we're against these guys too. So I'm just wondering if it seems like two big things that have happened in 2 episodes are just really dumb luck that Thomas was able to turn the tables to his favor.
Isn't that what the brothers said to him at the end, though? You purposely started a fight with the lead.
Yeah.
So that's what he said. He purposely started a fight with the lead.
Yeah.
So right, but the younger brother, though, was the one who said, are you laughing at my brother? It wasn't Thomas who started it necessarily.
I think part of the reason why he went there was to give him a show. I mean, I think he still wanted the horse, right? Because he
won the horse.
Yeah, he wanted the horse. I think that was still part of it. The other part of it was the plan to start shit.
To start it.
With Lee's. Now, the laughing, we'll see how the season kind of goes and we get to know the characters more.
Yeah.
But just the laughing, that was the in for Tommy, to start his shit.
Because they
said
that
but
twice.
Then he talked crap about his mom.
Yeah.
Well, that's what gave him the green light to
then it was on.
So I think he was just waiting. He was just waiting for that thing to be said to, quote unquote, set him off if he knew he was.
Yeah, but I think
just like any brothers,
just like
you guys have brothers. I'm sure when one brother starts, I only have a sister, so when one brother starts something, the other one's going to come in and say something too. So I'm pretty sure
that's 1,000. Look, if it was me and my two,
Tommy's smart.
If it was me and my 2 brothers squared up with 3 other dudes, somebody could say some dumb shit to me, be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, okay, cool. My other brothers would probably get pissed, but I would be fine. But the second they said something to want to get, right.
That's how
now it's on. It is so,
And little do they know you have razor blades underneath.
Yeah. Well, and we know John's a hothead. We've seen that already because it was twice now. He said, "Are you laughing at my brother?" He did that with Billy Kimber too. So, like I said, it just seems
because
like
he got up. When he went to get the thing, he got up and he's like, "Sit down, sit down." It's like.
So the thing I like is the brilliance of Thomas able to turn situations to his favor and knowing how to play people and knowing what people are after. And again, it's only 2 episodes.
Yeah. Look at that.
Just remember, that's what's great about having. I mean, having 6 episodes, and we've said this about some of the Walking Dead stuff. Not the show itself, but like the spin-offs. Like 6 episodes, you have to stay tight.
Yeah,
so the way they're doing this, I like it because it's basically, hey, we got to keep pushing everything forward.
Yep.
Now, some people may consider this a slow pace, but again, it's subjective to what
They're still
you like and
packing
what
a
you
lot
see.
for 54 minutes.
Well, I know
Right.
it's a lot.
That's a lot.
This is a solid 56.
Yeah.
I thought it was. So just that alone, where if it was on network,
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. Because if you're comparing it to your Walking Dead spinoffs, yeah, that's 43. I mean, sometimes they do get the little bump for a
Yeah,
little longer
44,
episode, but still,
42.
that's 40. You got to keep that in tight. There's no time to waste. Just like we're not going to waste any more of your time talking about this amazing show. So hopefully you guys are loving it as much as we are. So for Diamond Dave, Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.